Shock and sorrow. The family of a 13-year-old boy saw no warning sign that he was planning a mass shooting before he committed suicide inside Jackson Middle School.
What I've been asked so many times this week is, how do we make sense out of this? And we don't make sense out of this, we make purpose out of this.
Now that's according to the boy's pastor, who is speaking only with News 5 on behalf of the 7th graders' parents. Bob Jones live for us in Akron tonight. And Bob, this pastor has been close to the family now for 4 years.
Well, Rob, he was actually with the family when the teen died here at Akron Children's Hospital last week. Now, News 5 has not named the boy until now, but today the family released pictures of him, and they want people to know the boy that had such a disturbing plan was not the boy they knew.
What made him change from that sweet kid that we knew to this?
A chilling question from Pastor Michael Murphy, who remembers Keith Simons as a kind, mild-mannered kid who never caused trouble. Just last year, he asked to be baptized.
We went through scriptures, we talked about it, and he, accepted the Lord. So like I said, this is just mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling because of the stark contrast detailed in the boy's 8-step plan of attack at Jackson Memorial Middle School.
This whole thing is just not who we knew him to be.
He seemed to idolize the Columbine shooters. Memos found on his cell phone included, "This will be bigger than anything this country's ever seen, and I'll be a stain in American history."
That was a shock when I read that. That's something that never came up.
In fact, the pastor says Simon's parents didn't notice any warning signs that Simons was plotting to hurt others, including on February 20th, the day he hid a rifle under his clothing and took a bus to school.
Both the father and mother, seeing him that morning, hugged him, hugged back, said, "Hey, I love you."
Police say Simons got the gun and 80 rounds into the school. He walked out of the restroom with the gun, but then retreated and shot himself in the head.
I think it's a blessing that the Lord didn't allow a tragedy in scope that would have been far beyond just him losing his life. We just feel at that moment he just decided, I can't do this.
Police say the gun came from the boy's home. Pastor Murphy was told by the boy's father that the rifle had a barrel lock on it, and the key was missing for a year.
They do not know how in the world that he was able to remove the lock from the gun.
The pastor says the parents are heartbroken and searching for answers.
And that's something that we've been trying to, figure out. Was it something that we missed? Was there something that we didn't see?
As Murphy prepares for the boy's funeral tomorrow, he has this message for the community.
Something is wrong with our society, that our kids are losing hope, and they're feeling that these are the things that they have to resort to because they're in so much emotional pain.
Family members told that pastor that Simons may have been bullied at school. I reached out to the superintendent today, and he said they did not receive any complaints that he was bullied, and the boy had no disciplinary record. In the meantime, I also checked in with the police department to ask about could there be charges in this case. He said they're trying to figure out how the boy was able to get access to the gun, and that will determine if there are any charges. Live in Akron tonight, Bob Jones, News 5.